Absolutely.
Would you consider rescinding any of the laws if you were reelected?
Tim, we've got these ordinances in place. Bikers are welcome to Myrtle Beach. We don't have a problem with bikers coming, but they must obey our ordinances. That's all we ask. Show respect to the city of Myrtle Beach. Show respect to the residents of Myrtle Beach and the business community. If you do that, you're welcome.
Okay. When we announced that we were going to be having you and Mark McBride on the show, I said, send me some questions so we can ask you guys, and we got a ton of them, some really good questions, and I could only pick a few of them, so I want to go through those real quick.
Okay.
If elected, would you consider putting bike rallies on a ballot for the people to decide, not just a handful of people?
I don't think so, Tim. I think the decision that council's made is the decision that we're going to stick with because like I say, we welcome bikers. We welcome them to come to Myrtle Beach, but they're going to have to obey the ordinances, and I don't see a deviation from that.
Okay. If you keep lowering real estate taxes, where are you going to get the money to fix roads, lights, pay police, fire, and health care? And I imagine this talks a little bit about the 1% tax that will eventually go toward.
Well, you got to explain how the 1% works. We're lowering the owner-occupied residents 90% tax credit. So I guess the question is, if you lower it 90%, where are you going to get this money back? The 90% tax credit money that will be taken out actually is paid back to the city through the 1%. So it's swapping dollars is what it's doing. It's giving our residents that own property, own their homes, an opportunity to benefit from this tax, but also it's not hurting the money that's coming into the city because it's replaced by the funds that's coming in from the 1%. And that's in the bill. That's the way the state wrote it.
Would you try and speed up the tax reduction from the 1% tax?
Absolutely. We have already had a resolution that was presented to the General Assembly in Columbia by Representative Alan Clemens. It passed 100%, which we're very proud of that. It's now on the docket for January when they go into session to be brought up. We feel very confident that it's going to pass, and that will accelerate it, that it will take place next year.
There was a lot of talk in the debate about this, about the 1% tax, and a lot of talk just since over the course of the past few months. Why did Myrtle Beach choose not to put the ad tax to the voters?
Well, Tim, the thing is this. As a council, we had to do something. We had to take action. It's easy to sit back and ride the fence. It's easy to sit back and say, well, I don't know. What are we going to do? You cannot sit back and let the recession take care of itself. You've got to go after and promote and advertise. And any time that you have a business, when it drops down, you've got to promote that business. And what are you going to sit there and here's a place that's got a going out of business sale, and they didn't advertise, promote? You don't promote going out of business. Let's promote we're in business. And Myrtle Beach is not going out of business. We're in business. So we had to take action, and we had to make a tough decision. I mean, this was not something that was easy. We didn't make this decision overnight. We procrastinated on this thing for about 4 months, but we saw it getting worse and worse. We had to do something to help make a stop, and that's what we decided to do. We could not wait to November to put it on the ballot, and unfortunately, that was one of the decisions that, as a council and as a mayor, that it's a tough decision that you have to make. But you've got your residents, you've got your business community, you got everybody that you have to be concerned with, and that's what we did. We looked at every aspect of it. What do? We had to make a decision then, and so therefore we went ahead and passed it.
We did a story last week about voter turnout in Myrtle Beach. It was pretty poor.
Well, you know, voter turnout was really good. It was up almost 1,000 people from 2005. You look at a presidential election, you're going to have a greater voter turnout. But when you have a mayor-council race and you don't have any other issues that's on the ballot, then you can expect a turnout that will be sort of weak. But it wasn't weak compared to what it was in 2005. It was strong. It went from 4,500 to 5,300 people. So I really feel that's wrong. I really feel that we did have a good turnout.
What would you say to the people who voted not for you and not for Mark McBride, and to the people who didn't vote, who can come out and vote on the 17th?
They can still come out and vote. You know, I'd like for them to consider me as their candidate. I'd like for them to consider me as the person they want to lead Myrtle Beach, continue to lead it, to be the ambassador. You know, Tim, we talk about the bike rally, we talk about the tax. Right now, this election between Mark and myself is strictly about leadership. Who is the right person that can lead Myrtle Beach in the direction that it needs to go in? Who is the person that can continue to be the ambassador for this city? Who is the person that will continue to have the relationships in Washington, the relationships with the General Assembly and the House in Columbia, in order to help get money from Myrtle Beach? Because this is where money's coming from. If we didn't have that relationship, and we formed the Coastal Alliance 4 years ago when I became mayor. It's all the mayors on the coast, and we go to Washington as a group, and we talk to our congressman, our senator, and we tell them what we need. We got $40+ million for beach renourishment and for stormwater outfalls. That's because we went and asked for it and begged for it. So this election is about leadership, and I feel that the job I've done, I really think that I'm the person that can lead Myrtle Beach in the direction it needs to go.
I got to stop you there. Thanks you for coming in. Coming up after the break, we're going to hear from the challenger, former Mayor Mark McBride. We'll be right back.